The movie begins during the final months of World War II as American forces continue pushing deeper into Nazi Germany. The battlefield is covered with smoke, burning vehicles, and the bodies of fallen soldiers. A German officer slowly rides through the destruction on a white horse, inspecting what remains of the battle. But before he realizes what is happening, Sergeant Don Collier suddenly appears from the smoke and kills him in complete silence. Known by his crew as War Daddy, Don calmly lets the horse go before climbing back inside his Sherman tank called Fury. Inside are the only men who have managed to survive this long with him: Boyd Swan, the calm and religious gunner everyone calls Bible; Trini Garcia, better known as Gordo; and the loud aggressive Grady Travis, nicknamed Kunas. The crew is exhausted, covered in dirt, sweat, and blood after losing one of their closest friends in battle. Even Fury itself has taken serious damage. While Kunas works to repair the tank, everyone stays silent, still trying to process what happened. The moment Fury is running again, they head back to camp. When they arrive, War Daddy receives even worse news. Out of his entire platoon, only his tank is left. Soon after, he is given a replacement, a young private named Norman Ellison. The second War Daddy sees him, he already knows there is a problem. Norman has only been in the army for 8 weeks. He has never seen combat, never fired at another human being, and was trained as a clerk, not a soldier. But now he is being thrown straight into one of the deadliest battlefields in Europe. War Daddy gives him one warning: follow orders, stay alive, and don't get attached. Nervous and completely out of place, Norman walks toward Fury for the first time. The crew immediately starts messing with him. They search his bag hoping to find cigarettes or alcohol, but instead they only find books. That is when they realize this kid is not built for war, at least not yet. His first job is cleaning the inside of Fury. The moment he climbs inside, he is hit by the smell of blood and burned flesh. As he starts scrubbing the floor, he suddenly discovers pieces of the previous assistant driver still stuck inside the tank. Norman immediately climbs out and throws up. Not long after, the crew prepares for their next mission. Before leaving camp, a captured German soldier is brought in. War Daddy notices Norman has never killed anyone before. Realizing how dangerous that could be, he tells him one thing: out here, if you hesitate, people die. Soon the tanks roll out. Along the road, Norman notices movement near the trees. He sees what looks like enemy soldiers, but he hesitates. That one moment of fear changes everything. German anti-tank weapons suddenly open fire, destroying one of the American tanks instantly. Norman watches in horror as one soldier burns alive inside his vehicle before shooting himself to end the pain. War Daddy immediately chases down the enemy ambushers and kills them, only to discover they were just young boys. Furious, he returns to Norman and makes it clear that his hesitation got men killed. The mission continues as War Daddy leads the remaining tanks toward a trapped American unit deep in enemy territory. The moment they arrive, heavy gunfire erupts from German machine gun positions. Tanks fire into buildings while soldiers move behind them for cover. Inside Fury, Norman struggles to keep up. He panics while reloading, nearly getting everyone killed, but Bible saves him just in time. After the battle, the crew finds a wounded German soldier lying on the ground. Norman refuses to shoot him, believing he is already dying, but the others force him to understand the reality of war. Later, another captured German soldier is brought to them. This time, War Daddy forces Norman to pull the trigger himself. Norman breaks down as he kills his first man, but from that moment, something inside him begins to change. As they move through Germany, they pass civilians, destroyed villages, and the bodies of German soldiers hanging from trees for refusing to fight. Eventually, they capture a small town after a brutal firefight. After the battle, War Daddy takes Norman into an apartment where 2 German women are hiding. For the first time in months, things almost feel normal. Norman plays the piano, shares a quiet moment with a young woman named Emma, and briefly remembers what life used to feel like before war. But that peace does not last long. The rest of the crew suddenly bursts into the room, bringing all the tension of the battlefield with them. An uncomfortable meal follows as emotions boil beneath the surface. Before things can calm down, artillery shells suddenly hit the town. Norman rushes outside and finds Emma dead beneath the rubble. Completely shattered, he realizes war destroys everything, even the smallest moments of peace. Not long after, Fury and the remaining tanks move toward their next objective, a critical crossroad. But on the way, they are suddenly ambushed by a German Tiger tank. One by one, the American tanks are destroyed. Crew members burn alive as shells tear through steel like paper. Soon Fury is the only tank left standing. Using pure experience and perfect teamwork, War Daddy manages to outmaneuver the Tiger. He orders his crew to circle behind it, and after an intense battle, Fury finally destroys the enemy tank. But once again, they They are the only survivors. Laughing through exhaustion and trauma, the crew continues toward the crossroad, but disaster strikes when Fury hits a landmine, blowing off its tracks and leaving them completely immobilized. While checking the area, Norman spots something in the distance. An entire battalion of German SS soldiers is marching directly toward them. Everyone knows they have no chance. War Daddy gives his crew one final choice: leave now or stay and fight. Without saying much, Norman decides to stay. One by one, the others stay with him. Knowing this will probably be their final battle, they prepare Fury for one last stand. They disguise the tank as destroyed, collect weapons, count their remaining ammunition, and share one final drink together. For the first time, the crew fully accepts Norman as one of them, giving him his new nickname, Machine. As night falls, hundreds of German soldiers surround Fury. The moment one of them opens the hatch, Machine pulls the trigger and the final battle begins. Grenades explode, machine guns fire non-stop, and bodies pile up around the tank as 5 men somehow hold off an entire battalion. But no matter how many enemies they kill, more keep coming. Eventually, ammunition starts running low. One by one, the crew begins to fall. Kunas is killed after a rocket tears through the side of the tank. Gordo sacrifices himself to stop a grenade from killing the others. Bible is shot in the head while trying to help War Daddy. Soon only War Daddy and Machine remain. War Daddy is badly wounded, bleeding heavily, but still refuses to surrender. He looks at Norman and tells him to escape through the bottom hatch while there is still time. Norman does not want to leave him, but War Daddy forces him. As Norman crawls beneath the tank and hides under the mud, German soldiers walk right past him. One young German soldier notices him but chooses not to say anything. The next morning, Norman wakes up surrounded by silence. The battle is over. He climbs back inside Fury and covers War Daddy's lifeless body. Moments later, American soldiers arrive and pull him out. Out of everyone inside Fury, Norman is the only one left alive. And as the camera pulls away, the battlefield is covered with hundreds of dead German soldiers surrounding one broken tank. 5 men stood against an army and somehow changed one scared boy into a survivor.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more epic movie recaps. See you in the next one.